Yo, what is going on, guys? It is me, the course seller from Miami, back with another YouTube video. No, I'm just kidding. Well, not really. I am actually back with another YouTube video. But, yeah, guys, I flew to Miami for a week. And I'm making a raw YouTube video right now, but I wanted to show you guys the view. They claim that this is the penthouse unit. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this looks like a penthouse? I think the view's pretty decent. I actually, like, living here kind of makes me want to look at, like, some places over here just because the Chicago winters are so bad. But, like, look at this building. This is the Aston Martin building, I think is what it's called. This one right here. This is the Aston Martin building. Like, I don't know. I think I would low-key try to live there, but I don't know. You guys gotta let me know what your thoughts are on that. Obviously, Miami's kind of like it's not one of my favorite places, I would say. It's definitely nice because I know a lot of people who live here, but as far as the actual, like, day-to-day lifestyle and kind of, like, the whole, like, Miami vibe is just, sometimes kind of pisses me off a little bit. But I wanted to get on here today and do a raw YouTube video on discretion. Now, I actually want to sit down, to be honest. I'm not trying to stand up this whole time. So I want to make a raw YouTube video pretty much on discretionary trading, okay? And I get a lot of questions from people in my Discord, or even just like one-on-one mentorship students, or even just people in my Instagram DMs a lot of the time, actually. Like, why did you take that trade? You know, because obviously everybody knows I trade the motion model. I have a mechanical-based strategy that I trade, and usually a mechanical-based strategy is a checklist, essentially, of things that you have to do to be able to take a trade, right? And if I'm trading mechanically, that would mean that every single time I execute a trade, I have to do the exact same thing in chronological order, or else it's not qualified as like an A+ setup, right? Now, I think something that is a common theme with all of the best traders and everyone that I've even met, like, that is a really, really, really good trader, they don't trade a mechanical system and trade that system 100% of the time. They are trading based on their own discretion and their own belief on where the market is going to go. They have a good draw on liquidity, and they have good discretion. And what I mean by discretion, if you guys don't know what that word means, it's essentially like they have their own, like, way of viewing the market, and they can make their decision based on their own bias, their own conviction, right? Discretion basically means, like, you can make a choice based on external factors, not just like, oh, this checklist happened, this, and this, like a robot. You would almost like put kind of like a human aspect into the trading and be like, you know, let's say we have data highs above and we're super, super bearish as far as like market structure, but you personally have your own conviction that those data highs are going to be hit, right? And maybe your A+ setup doesn't form, but you, in that particular day of the market, think that those data highs are going to be met. Your own discretion would say, I can take a trade, and I've seen, let's say it's a Wednesday on the CPI news day. Some people like to use stats in their trading, like I think it's called like Edgeful, something like that, where it's like you use stats based on like the percentage of time that something happens. But let's just say, right, that on Wednesdays, CPI hits, in your experience, about 80% of the time the data high before 1 p.m., right? And it's 12:56 or like it's 12:40. And, you know, you find an inversion setup, and it's possible that those data highs could be met, right? That's like your own discretion. It's not like, you know, your system says no, but your own experience and your own trading knowledge says yes, right? That's kind of like what I'm going off of here. I'm kind of yapping. I'm a little bit all over the place. I've been recording out here on this balcony, kind of going insane all day. So, yeah, discretionary trading is essentially trading based on your own belief that the market is going to go a certain direction, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that you're breaking your rules. That doesn't mean that you're not trading your system. That doesn't mean that you're just throwing all your confidences out the window. It just means that you're putting a little bit more of a human aspect, like I said, into your trading, which there's nothing wrong with that. However, something I do see a lot of beginner traders and even some of my students when they first come to me doing that is setting them back is trading discretionarily when they really haven't earned the right to do so. And what I mean by like earning the right to do so is like, if you have been trading for less than, and I don't want to put a time limit on it, but like this is like what I found. If you've been trading for less than 6 months profitably, you probably shouldn't be able to be like, oh, my system doesn't necessarily matter, I just trade based on my discretion and all that kind of stuff. Probably not, right? Because discretionary trading is only really, like the ability to discretionarily trade is only really earned through experience and, you know, watching hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of setups form, win, lose, and break even you over the course of months and months and months and years and years and years of market experience, right? You form that discretion over time. It's not something that you just have automatically, right? I can't go and find some random person on the street, show them, the basics of trading, teach them how to trade my model, and then, 2 months in, maybe they understand my model, be like, yo, start trading discretionarily with my model. They would probably, degress in their progress. They would make a lot less progress doing that because they haven't really had that market experience. They haven't had the time in the market to even know, hey, I can trade this discretionarily. I can trade, certain ways on certain days because I've experienced it X amount of times. Like, for example, at all-time highs, right? Recently we were at all-time highs, and actually yesterday we hit all-time highs on ES, but not on NASDAQ. But recently we were at all-time highs within the past month or so. And a lot of people were asking, how do you trade all-time highs? How do you trade all-time highs? And a lot of my students who are in their first market cycle of having all-time highs and trading at all-time highs were struggling, understanding what to do, right? And me personally, I've traded 3 different market cycles with all-time highs, that being my 4th. And so I kind of understood what you should do at all-time highs, right? Usually at all-time highs, personally, I see that we're a little bit more bullish, and I'm usually just longing, 15-minute, hourly, and 4-hour PD arrays to prominent wicks and draws on liquidity on the higher time frame. So yeah, honestly, all-time highs for me, I'm usually pretty bullish, but somebody who maybe is trading a mechanical strategy, sees some more bearish confluences and they decide to take a bearish trade and it manipulates them out. Why? Because price usually around all-time highs wants to manipulate towards all-time highs. And me using my discretion kind of disregarded that and made my own decision, right? Do you guys kind of see where I'm going with this? You have to have experience to trade discretionarily. If you don't have experience, there's no reason why you have really earned the right to trade discretionarily. So, yeah, guys, honestly, I just wanted to hop on here and kind of talk about that. And also just talk a little bit about, this experience being out here as well. Actually, unfortunately, I lost my trade this morning, but I requested a $15,000 payout yesterday. I'm not really too upset about that, to be honest. I'm debating still if I actually want to get moved to live or not, to be honest. I don't know if I want to move to live or if I want to just blow my accounts. It's difficult. It's hard to decide. So I'm still figuring out what I want to do. It would be nice if I could just blow my accounts, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just let them move me to live. I'm still kind of figuring it out. I guess let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is my 4th payout that I just requested. It took me a little longer to request the 4th payout because of some stuff that I was dealing with Top Step and the winning days and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of BS if you ask me, but yeah, I just requested the 4th one, so that means the next payout they're going to try and move me to live. Maybe they'll even try and move me to live after this payout, to be honest. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think I should do. Should I try and blow the accounts purposefully to not have to trade on live account or a live account with Top Step, or should I get the live account, use that live account, and see if I can scale it to a certain dollar amount, right? Because obviously everybody knows trading a live account with Top Step, there's rules involved with trading a live account, similar to there's rules with trading an Express account. Versus if I just open my own live account, I could take money out whenever, I could risk however much I want. I don't have to have winning days to withdraw. Because let's say I have 3 winning trading days in a row and I make 10 or 15K. I don't have to worry about 2 more winning days. I can just take that 10 or 15K. If I'm happy with that profit in the over 3 days, I can take that and put it in my bank and not have to worry about putting that money at risk. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching, and give me some more video ideas. So yeah, peace out.